They have some young talent there with LaMelo and Brandon Miller.
I needed it on. Yeah, continue. I needed it.
Brandon
I needed it on
Miller.
wax. I needed it on wax. I just had it. Make sure you
So
can't back
it's- so
What's up, world? This is We Need a Fifth. It's your man Mo. Got my man Hill in the building.
Yo, what's up, yo?
Got my man P at the table. Got special guests in the building. My man Kyle in the building. Fellas, NCAA tournament. We saw both finals. I want to start off with the women's finals. South Carolina played Iowa. Caitlin Clark versus Dawn Staley in the rematch. South Carolina was able to prevail. I think it was 87-70, if I'm not mistaken. And first, did you guys get to watch the game?
Yeah, definitely. Everybody watched that. I mean,
That's in 19 of the members.
right? Yeah. Like basketball fans watch that more than the men's. We might get to that later, but yeah, people definitely watched it.
They put some interest there.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? One of the first thoughts that came to my mind when I saw the game and started seeing how South Carolina was playing Caitlin Clark was, I thought of you, Hill. I felt like Dawn Staley actually heard what you were saying. Deny the left to Caitlin Clark, make life a little bit harder for her. First couple of minutes, it looked like Caitlin was gonna go on a little heater, but then they got their defense set, and you saw them denying the left to Caitlin Clark and making her life a little bit harder.
Yeah, but she did go on a heater, right? She had like
She had like
13?
18, like it in the
18
first
first
quarter.
quarter, but
First
like
quarter.
13 the first
No,
minutes.
she had a spark when she first started.
Yeah, spark when she first started, but it only scored 12 after that.
But I guess she
But-
had to feel out I guess she had to feel out her game plan to see like what she on and then implement it after. She had to be careful with things of that nature because the game could have got away from her.
Mhm.
But as she made her adjustments on defense and then decided to get the ball into Cardoso, you started to see a little turn out in the second quarter. I guess we all had this, South Carolina.
Mhm.
Did you see any flaws in Caitlin Clark after her spurt, or even during her spurt? Like, do you see any flaws in which, towards in her game or towards the defense, which made her look a little shaky? Or am I missing something in Caitlin Clark? Is what I'm trying to ask.
I mean, I think she can work on shot selection.
Okay.
I think a lot of that maybe is a result of what she has around her, and hopefully when she gets in the WNBA, she'll have enough support around her where she doesn't have to maybe force as many things. I think for me, that's the one glaring hole, I guess you'll say in her game, the shots, like
Shot selection. You see the whole like forcefully left and then leaning left, shooting one. That's her stop, right? But as Dawn started to play her back, my question is, is it so hard for her to come back and just be able to pull up and shoot to her right? It's always like a forceful drive. You know what I'm saying? I keep stunting on that. Like, it just seems that's something I think she has to work on, which she probably will in the NBA. It's like, it's always, my sweet spot is to my left hand and I pull up. Fine. But if not, if you cut that off, I'm driving hard. She's a great playmaker when she comes off of that. But if she comes off and comes to a stop, maybe for a three or maybe for a pull up in the paint, I think it just changes her game totally, unlocks it. They stopped that. They would pull up Cardoso. They would pull up, trying to think of the forward that they would bring up Watkins. They bring up Watkins up to the top of the key. So of course she would make a decent pass. But right there to me is maybe an early pull up to the next level. It's always a hard drop, and it led to some turnovers later.
Yeah, I agree with Kyle. I think a lot of it's shot selection, but it's kind of like you can't really say she takes bad shots. It might be more of the team or whatever. Iowa's not a bad team, but obviously she's their best option.
Right.
But I think even strength might be an issue at the next level. You know what I mean? You could kind of push her on the spot. You know what I mean? She's not the strong. I mean, she's wiry strong or whatever, quote unquote, but her defense is average.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
So,
I
but, you
think
know,
you'd be kind, too.
I'm actually fine with that.
you know.
Yeah, you would be.
Because she's such an elite scorer.
Yeah, it's almost like a well, actually, yeah, it's almost like a Steph Curry thing.
Right.
You live with it. You live with it. It's no way you're setting Steph Curry because of his lack of defense.
And it's not like she's bad. I mean, she plays passing lanes well. She's smart. It's not like she's awful.
Oh yeah, we're definitely nitpicking, you know, the two-time National Player of the Year. So
Yeah, and I think that what you maybe saw during that championship game is a credit to South Carolina too, and how deep they run, and how committed those players are to their defensive concepts and philosophies, because they stayed on their men, you know, or women, excuse me, and they play excellent defense on Caitlin once they got the jitters out in that first quarter. And I think that South Carolina kind of forced Caitlin into some of those tough situations you're talking about. And yeah, I think we definitely have to give South Carolina some credit. There's a reason why they're undefeated.
yeah, no, it's definitely shout out to Dawn Staley, man. 3 chips. She's already with the elites in the coaching field in the women's game. So unbelievable career. Can't wait to see what's forward. But great coach. What is 1 loss in 2 years?
Something like 101 and 3.
174 of the last 75.
101 and 3.
108 and 3 in the last 3 years.
Juggernaut.
Premier program? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Not close.
definitely.
Gino is.
No, I mean, UConn is UConn. And I would even argue that, hey, depending on what the new coach at Tennessee is going to do, Tennessee will be always Tennessee, because you can't take away over 9 championships. And that's what you're talking about when you talk about Tennessee.
Yeah, but they both fell into the back to the pack. Let's take Connecticut's last 2016. So it's probably like 10 years.
I think the torch is being
Right. I think
Dawn is young.
it's been taken.
Dawn is going to be there for a while.
It's been taken.
It's
Like
been
a take.
taken.
Yeah, I don't. Gino is massive. Dawn took it from him. Yeah, it is what it is.
I don't know, because I think UConn could make a run
I know.
for it.
It's still a good to great program. They're not stopping. Not right now.
And
Not for the past 2 years.
and I would say, wait a second, because it's like
I've been waiting 10 years.
UConn in Tennessee in the women's college basketball game went back and forth like this for a while.
Past 10.
You know what I mean?
We're an illegal screen call from possibly having UConn in the championship game.
What they call it. What they call this.
No, but they're right there. All I'm saying is,
No,
if Page is coming back again,
Connecticut
they're
is right there. I'm a big Page fan. Gino's the GOAT. I think it's the GOAT of women's college basketball as far as coaching. All due respect to the late great Pat Summitt, but 2016.
Can I ask a question?
Mm.
Who was the best player on the court in the championship game?
In
the championship, we won't take the whole season, but in the championship game, who was the best player on the court?
I'll say Cardoso.
Yeah, still.
Yeah.
Who would you rather have?
I said stack it. I said it before. I said give me Ali and Cardoso. I said stack it.
I mean, she dominated.
And she will continue to
She
dominate.
dominated that game. 15 points, 17 rebounds, defensive presence in the paint. She totally dominated that game.
I think this is a good time to get to our comps.
Yeah, I mean,
You need doubles for Asia. You need doubles. If you give me Boston and Cardoso versus Asia, I feel better.
Like a Duncan
Yeah.
Robinson, Ralph Sampson, Olajuwon type
I said
situation.
before, I'm on wax saying, give me her one.
She impact. You can't argue the impact that she has. It's rebounding, rim protection. Am I ready to say you pick? I mean, this be clear. Caitlin's going number 1.
Definitely going number 1.
Because this finances, you can't pass that up.
Yeah, I was just about to get into that, Pete.
But yeah, I'll take Cardoso, right?
If you're into winning. Only thing I would say Cardoso, if you're into winning, I would go with Cardoso, but getting a championship will give you extra what, $2,800? We're talking about having Caitlin coming to your team giving you millions. So it's a no-brainer. If you can stack me, you can be Indiana's chips. And those ships together is about $114,000. No way am I doing that though, but if you care about chips, I go.
I'm sorry. Just on a pure business perspective, you got to pick Caitlin. Caitlin, at this point in time, all the teams that are playing the Indiana Fever this upcoming WNBA season, they like tripled the price of their tickets for the Indiana Fever game, just because based off of Caitlin Clark. You have teams that are changing their venues so that they can play in larger venues. The Las Vegas Aces are going from their original venue, which I think holds only 12,000, to a venue that can hold closer to 20,000. That alone,
You got the league on her back.
if WNBA was smart, they will put the league on
I
her
mean,
back.
they're clearly, they know. They know. But going back to Cardoso, yeah, she's actually better than I thought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I knew she was good. I thought she was one of a bunch of good players in South Carolina. Even on that great team, she's a standout.
Who would y'all compare her to?
Brittany Griner.
Hmm.
I did my homework. Like I came in, it was already in my head. But yeah, that's the one. Who else could you at that height? You know what I mean? Because how Aaliyah Boston, what, 6'3", maybe 6'4", Asia Wilson 6'3".
Kamilla,
She's 6'7".
6'7".
6'7".
solidly built.
Right. She's not like, oh, she's 6'7", let me move off the block. She's not being moved. So to me, she's clearly Brittany Griner. I think Brittany Griner probably had a better offensive toolbox coming out, but it's only so much you need at 6'7", no, right? Like I don't need too much with that height. Just get in the paint and go back up. And that's
So that's like Shaq.
yeah, kind of like Shaq. There's many, I don't say many, but if you say all the top 5 centers, he might be the less skilled one, but you might take him over all of them.
Caitlin.
What about Caitlin?
I would go probably Taurasi. But I think Taurasi's like strong, like what I was saying earlier, like strength. I think Taurasi was like more sturdy. Like what you're saying, like you try to force her, she could take that bump and get her shot how she wants to get it. Where I think Caitlin, you know,
She's taller than Diana.
I think they're both like 6 feet, right?
Yeah, 6 feet.
Right. Yeah, so to me, these comparisons are pretty.
Cardoso, I like the Shaq comparison. It's one of the plays I was thinking of, Lisa Leslie. You know, back when Lisa first started out, she was, you know, the big person in the WNBA, the tallest person in the WNBA, and just dominated down low.
I just think Lisa, like, she's just more skilled. Or she
Oh,
was
yeah,
more skilled.
Yeah, definitely. Whatchamacallit, Caitlin, I think
JJ Redick.
Oh, what?
they have to promote her like she's the Steph of
Well, that's where they're gonna head to. That's what they're hoping
They have-
she's Steph Curry, but she's more like JJ Redick.
Nah.
Huh?
Nah.
That's a bad thing, or?
That's a bad deal. That's no.
For the #1 pick, the hope of the entire
The
league
hope is Steph Curry.
to be JJ Redick?
No,
That's horrible.
no, the hope is Steph Curry. The hope is Steph Curry.
Actually, Anescu is another one I think she reminds me of.
Mhm.
I think she could be like an Anescu.
The hope. She's the hope of the. She's the
Oh,
hope of the
yeah.
league.
I mean, to go to the next level.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the league is not.
Because
in a
the
horrible
league is
place.
banking on the person that,
Everything.
hey, when she got to the finals in college,
They hope she's
that her
They want
finals
her to-
rated more higher than the men's finals by almost
That's
10 million. They're banking on that.
If
You know, like,
if
if you
she's
can't
JJ
bank on that player, then I don't know who you're gonna bank on.
If she ends up being JJ Redick, the WNBA is not going to grow.
No, but
Whatever you think of it now, it's going to be that in 5 years. She can't be JJ Redick.
She's not. She's not.
No, I'm not saying she is or isn't. If she is,
Whoa. Let's not jump the
because
gun.
when I say she's the hope of the league, I'm not saying she's even going to be the best player in the league or she's going to take over the league. I just think she's going to be marketed like she's the face of the league.
Right.
I don't think she's going to be better than Brianna Stewart.
Mhm.
Brianna Stewart is basically what, 6'4", 6'5", and could do everything Caitlin Clark could do.
Mhm.
but I think they're gonna market her like, you know.
And they need her to be better because they feel that LeBron is the best player, but some could say that this has been Steph Curry's. She needs to be something.
And you could argue to your point, like you could argue, hey, yeah, LeBron's been the best player, but Steph Curry has had the greatest impact during his era.
Then that's what they.
You know what I mean?
No,
Because
they-
as
I don't
far
know
as popularity
thing,
changing the
but I think
game.
LeBron is the most popular. He's the most popular Steph. No one's walking around.
Yeah, but you can have the argument, but you can have the argument in the last 10 years, it's probably Steph's era. But you need her to do that.
Well,
She's
it's-
not gonna be able to do it.
It's a coin toss. They both got. I mean, I'm going over championships. They both
Right.
got 4. So it's a coin
Absolutely.
toss. I'll give you that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, to me, she could be Ionescu or Terrassa.
That's not good.
But they've already had Ionescu and Terrassa. So I think it's more of a marketing thing.
I think this Caitlyn thing is maybe gonna last a year or two.
And then so
That's very possible. I think she could
How?
come to the league. They pump it up. It does okay. Then they realize she's Ionescu.
then you blow up the league then.
No, because I think what's coming next is better.
Juju.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And Paige.
And Paige,
So
all right,
you
all right.
have-
'Cause I believe the world is on Juju.
You have an influx of talent coming to your point. Like if this doesn't hit, you got more coming in. So yeah.
Want to go to the men's side? UConn played Purdue. UConn won 75-60.
Oatmeal game.
I know you guys saw the game. What do you guys think?
Yeah, the game's cool. But what I'm thinking is this a referendum on college? Like, is Connecticut that good, or just a
No.
referendum on college basketball not being that good?
Yeah.
Because if you look at the Connecticut
Was
2 in a row. I mean, I know you got people that went to the league last year, and then, but even that even enforces what I'm saying. Like,
Well, I think Danny Early kind of has adapted to the new world of college sports probably better than most other coaches with, using the transfer portal and mixing that with young talent. That's the form. That's gonna have to be the formula moving forward. You can't have a team founded in strictly 5-star freshman athletes. We've seen that with Kentucky. That doesn't work anymore. Danny Early is ahead of the curve with that. So as far as the team goes, I think they're a very good team. They're a very good team. Do they have that elite star athlete that we're kind of used to seeing? No. But they do have, I think they have a solid 3 or 4 NBA guys on their team.
now I'm with you, the words you use, I think is right. They're a very good team, but they went back to back. Should you say they're a great team? That's what I'm saying. Like, wouldn't they be great?
Well, not in the context of historically. I wouldn't put them great in the context of historically, but great in the context of
just back to back.
today. Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Is that because they're that great, or
Yes.
okay?
Yeah.
I just think it's just a whole, a good, like a team of good players put together for this college basketball thing we have now. I don't think anyone is actually very good on that team. You know what I'm saying? I like Castle's talent. And I think Newton's probably the best player in the team. But they'll be fringe at best in the NBA.
I think you have a situation where, to Kyle's point, Dan Hurley has gotten ahead of the curve in the sense of getting guys that buy into their role on the team. And I think that's the strength of UConn. That they got everybody to buy into their role, and nobody's looking to be a superstar on that squad. Nobody's looking to be Superman and try. They realize, hey, it has to be a group effort, and we totally bought into that. And that's what I noticed more so during the game was like, hey, they're all bigging each other up. You don't see bad body language when they have to come out and get subbed in for somebody else, and the subs aren't getting just trash minutes. They're getting quality minutes to contribute in the game, and it's like that matters. And I think that will continue to matter as we go forward in this NIL transfer portal era.
I think that goes to what he's saying though, because I think like, to me, Spencer is a good, smart player, like a Deron Shepard. You know what I'm saying? Like, but to me, they'll have no, if they make it to the league, they'll be low on the bench. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this is a great team whatsoever. Just great in the concept that they did go back to back and they won a national championship.
Yeah,
They fit into their spots. To me, they fit into their spots perfectly. But this Connecticut team, like, could be a Gonzaga team or could be an Arizona team. It's just that they fit perfectly in what they are. There was no special talent on these teams. Like, you can have their center that's possibly going to be, maybe they're saying that I think should be 5, they should be 3, he could be vying for 1. This is a bad prop. This is not.
I think UConn is filled with a whole bunch of good role players for the NBA. Like, hey, you'll have a whole bunch of their best player is going to be a really good role player in the NBA.
I won't say that either. I won't even say that either. I won't even say that either. At best, Castle. Seriously, at best, Castle is my favorite player on that team. I think his optimum is Reddish. At best, is Cam Reddish. And I like Cam Reddish on the Lakers.
Well, the thing about UConn, and I think what it'll make those players very good at the next level, and I think to Mo's point is that they've proven that they're coachable players. And that's what you really want at the next level, guys that are coachable. I mean, you look at
No, I want talent, to be fair.
No.
To be fair. I'm gonna be fair. I don't want coachable players.
All right.
I want talent.
you got
To talent wins in the NBA.
But to Kyle's point, I think you seeing it with his team, the Knicks.
yeah.
You're not gonna win a championship.
Only one team is going to win the championship.
And that one team usually has the most talent or more abundance of talent.
Yes, of course. In a perfect world, you want that, but not every
Right.
team is going to be able to have a Jokic.
Okay.
Not every, you got to be able to manage your team without that. That's how you look at Miami. Look at the sustained Miami. Look at the sustained.
Right, but then that's
season
not-
Miami.
But the only time they won is when they have.
But you're constantly there
It
in the
depends what you want.
conversation.
Do you want
That's
to?
absolutely.
Do you want to be there or you want to win? If you want to win, you get talent. If you want
But
to be there, you get coaching.
You can't win unless you're there.
Yeah, but no, you can't win unless you have talent. That's what I'm saying.
But you said Miami has won.
With
yeah,
talent.
with LeBron, Wade, and Bosh, not with Butler. And
Well, they've been to the finals without them.
Yeah, but they didn't win. That's what I'm saying. When I'm
I
sorry.
guess-
Maybe I'm not getting what I'm saying. When I say win, I mean win the championship. That's what I'm talking about. When I say win.
I mean, who has more talent, Miami or Boston? I mean, but they've all been to the same place.
Right.
Right now, I think where we're getting messed up is that like championship, like you need talent. Like these guys will fit in, but it's like, so what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Cam Reddish fits in.
How many teams have won championship? You talking about LeBron, Curry, Giannis, Jokic? I mean, look, that's 4 players.
Right.
But they're not Rasheed
But
Wallace
they
either.
had other great players with them though. Like Curry had Durant, LeBron had Wade. Like, you know what I mean? Like you just, it sounds good. I get it. Play hard, have talent, be scrappy, but it's only so far that's gonna get you.
But no, what you're telling me is unless you luck into one of these all-time generational players, then you might as well just fold shop.
No, you keep building your team.
But that's how you build your team up with young coachable players that you can develop a culture
And you also,
Yeah, but you have generation. I'm not even gonna cut you off. Like Jalen Brunson's not like a hard work. Like Jalen Brunson has talent. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not just hard work. I don't want to make it seem like
it's talent.
It's how you get a combination. Like I think he's, like you said, I think he's coachable, but
Right,
I think he's
but-
talented. So
right, right.
sometimes you can
And
get the
that's
coach of both
ultimately
worlds.
which one. That's ultimately.
But Connecticut, you don't have to.
that's what I'm saying.
You
You
have
got
time for
coachable
that.
players, but they're not.
They're not Jalen.
talented. At most, the best player in the team, like I'm saying, is going to be Cam Reddish.
but what we're trying to say is like, hey, if you have coachable players that are willing to be stars in their role and accept that role, you have an opportunity like the Knicks have this year. Hey, with DiVincenzo and Hart, coachable players that are cool with being stars in their roles. Now, what the New York Knicks are hoping with that, with Brunson's emergence, along with those other players, role players that they have, that somebody will look the star talent that you're talking about that they need to go to win a championship, will look at their team and say, "Oh, that's a team that I can maybe mess with."
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I think we're going in circles.
Right,
We're just saying this, you're building with the coachable players, but ultimately you need what
Exactly. You need Jalen Brunson out of there. I'll give you all the good coachable players on there, and you'll enjoy that Knicks team. That's what I'm saying. I'll give you all the coachable players you want and take Jalen Brunson out of that recipe. Like, then what are they then?
Well, no,
I mean, they won't. They'll be the Miami Heat. They'll make it to a finals. If I take Jalen Brunson out of there, I take Giannis.
But,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
but I guess what I'm saying though is the UConn guys, are on the next level. I think they are in very good shape to be very good role players for.
Glad you said that. So, because you mentioned earlier, like who you guys have Newton as far as like the comps, like an NBA player.
he's not better than the guy.
To me,
Pelicans.
I see maybe like a Derek White type player, which is not bad. I mean that as a compliment.
all.
I mean that as a compliment. I think Derek White's a good player.
That's fair.
No, I'm actually, what's the compliment? I'm not.
No,
I'll take a Derek White. I'll take a Derek White.
I would too. I don't think.
What do you think? Oh, you don't think Newman is?
He's a good player. It's not Derek White.
Derek White's not a good player.
Derek White's a very.
He's saying Newman.
What's the kid that came out last year from UConn?
And the Pelicans, they're not Hawkins.
Yeah, Hawkins is a shooter.
A very good shooter.
Just in today's NBA, he's
a very good shooter.
valuable. Like he's going to be around.
And he can score. Like
Yeah.
Hawkins is a better player than all of these guys. I don't want to say about far, but considerably.
And I didn't.
No, seriously. I'm a huge Cass. I was yelling Castle praises early. I love his game, but he reminds him like he reminds me of Cam Reddish. He can't.
Yeah.
He can't hit a barn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with what's the kid in LA? Man.
Man could shoot a little bit better than he could.
Yeah, Castle's
On the Clippers,
Yeah,
man, he can't shoot.
Have you seen Castle? Seriously?
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Newton is totally different. Newton's a better shooter than both of them. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Castle can't hit a barn.
Castle, he scares because he's borderline Ben Simmons. Like he doesn't. Like,
He doesn't think about
want-
what he's a charge waiting to happen.
He
But
does.
he's super athletic. Cam Reddish, am I going to?
I think Cam can
Cam's
shoot.
better though.
Yeah, I think Cam can shoot. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Cam's a better player.
I think Cam is more willing to shoot.
Yeah, because I was watching. Like I'm just like shoot. He's like taking 2 or 3 more. That's a charge. Like I don't.
Castle's somewhere in the lines of the guy from Baylor that's on Sacramento. He's not as good a shooter as
Mitchell?
Davion Mitchell. He's not a better shooter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plays defense bad. I love Castle's defense. I love Davion's defense, but
Then to you guys' point, I think Castle and Newton are, coachable, like you said, coachable players, rotation players.
we don't know if Castle's coach will play. Let's be careful on that too. He's faking.
Well, I don't
So
know.
let me go back to that thing.
Coachable players.
We're saying that just to say it because it sounds good,
Mhm.
but the guy's a head case. So let's just wait on that too, guys.
And what about so what do you guys think of like Newton and Castle? You agree?
No,
The comps?
Take Josh Hart.
yeah,
Klingen?
playing.
Because I got Rob. I just want to make sure I got the right Lopez. Robin.
Right.
That's the one that fits.
Yes.
Brooke is the one that actually scored,
Right,
right?
yeah,
Okay, so
right.
he's Robin Lopez.
Right.
Okay, I want to make sure I got the right one because it's a difference.
And no, it's so bad about. It's like he does.
No, it's funny because they got him over Edey, so I want to hear
No, what's
The comp.
call it?
not you guys. I mean, just the mock drafts I've seen. He's
Now
like,
they have him over Edey as well.
he's no, they have him like over everyone possibly.
They have it. Yeah,
He might-
He just needs to learn how to freaking
Just
finish.
oh,
Finish. I need him to finish better because
Just.
there was so many times where he's getting the ball down and he's making a good move and just missed the shot. missed the shot. And it's just like, come on, man, just make a shot. And I like to see him.
The comp would be.
No, honestly, I hate to admit it, but I like the Robin Lopez comp. Whatchamacallit, and that's how low I am on Edey to transition to where y'all are going with Edey. Hey, Zach Edey, did he confirm what you guys thought as far as his need to be the #1 pick?
I mean, I didn't, put it this way, if you were already on board, I don't see how that Final Four would have changed your mind.
That's second.
And if you weren't on board, I don't see, you know what I mean? Like, he did nothing different than he did for the past 2 years. I think he's, okay, I know it's the different NBA, but I think he's Steve Adams.
The thing,
I don't think he can move.
yeah.
He doesn't
Steve
move
Adams
move like Steve Adams.
Steve Adams?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about Steve Allen, but I was gonna say the thing about Klingon that I think that I would take over Edey is that he's more switchable on defense. I think for big men in the NBA, 2 things you gotta be able to do. You gotta be able to switch on defense and you gotta be able to finish at the rim. You can't do probably both of those things, you're gonna get exposed. Edey, he can definitely finish at the rim. On defense, he's a torch. You know, in the NBA, he tried to play drop coverage. That's 3 every time down the.
And my thing is, I get it, he's not gonna, I'm not trying to, but again, I think it's an organization thing. Because if you just play man and man, you don't have to switch. I know no one does it, but I feel like you have to cater to the talent you have.
You mean-
But my thing is like this with
Pick and roll.
with Edey, like he played man to man. He played man to man on Joker. He played.
Or Joker's a
But
meal.
no,
But Joker's a meal on defense.
No, but I'm saying whatchamacallit, I don't trust Zach Edey's feet. He can't move.
But I don't see Joker going by nobody. He's gonna do what he do because he's gonna.
He'll go by Edey.
I don't think.
I
I don't think he's more athletic.
I think Edey's
Joker?
footwork. I think Edey's
Joker's a
footwork.
meal on defense. too.
I think Edey's.
Meal.
I think Edey's footwork is terrible, and I think it's on both sides of the ball. Like, yo, he has problems moving those feet and moving with some purpose. And my thing with him is, unless he can get the ball deep in the paint and just turn and do his thing, he's going to be in trouble in NBA. Because
So
once he
why wouldn't he be able to do that though?
I don't think he'll get that type of deep penetration. The NBA game plays a lot faster than
He can develop it.
A lot of this is just like the NBA doesn't know. But yeah,
That's
feel-
what they're
well,
for. They
I
have
mean, that's-
development.
I think that's gonna be key for him. Can he
Develop.
develop that? But he's gonna have to, for one, he's gonna have to get stronger. Because, and I almost wanna compare him to Kamilla Cardoso from this perspective that he was just he was so much bigger than everybody else out there on the court. He's gonna, you throw him out there, he's gonna get 20 and 10 regardless. He's not gonna have that in the
But
NBA.
it's not that, besides Embiid and Joker, who's his
But
side?
he's gonna have players
He's
that'll
gonna
be able to
tough on him.
defensively stay with him
Yeah.
and make him have to put the ball on the ground. He puts the ball on the ground, that's cookies, it's going the other way. That's what it was during the UConn game. As soon as he started putting the ball on the ground, it was either a walk or they stole it and let's go the other way, y'all. That's
So he's not backing anybody.
So what
he's
you're
not
saying,
backing anybody.
he has no confidence.
Not Rudy Gobert.
No,
My whole thing is
no,
Rudy Gobert, like, listen,
I think
so-
Rudy's better than him as
I'm
far
not,
as moving his feet
listen,
and all that.
whatever y'all feel about Gobert, that's cool. I'm not here to debate that, but Gobert went for what, 5 first-round picks? Just to say, shouldn't have, but he went for 5 first-round picks. Gobert is a nightmare on the offensive side. I've been told elite defender. That's where we're going with it. He's very good. He's okay. I think he's poor on pick and roll. Anchor defense wise, that's why I think he gets his elite status. Fine. When you blow by, he's there. That's cool. If you're gonna give me that for Edey, because he's 7'4", I don't see why he shouldn't be able to do that, which he can do. Their offense to me is comparable. Maybe I would say Edey has more offense than Gobert.
He's slow.
Am I missing something?
He's
Rudy
slow.
Gobert.
He's
Right, he is slow, but hold on, here's what I'm thinking. If people could there is development in the NBA. Like you do have a camp and all these things for people to get better. He's slow. He got weight management. He had people move feet. He can get better. It's not like he's gonna stay as you see him there. My guy Wemby needs some development still to get to where I want him to be. Management, weight, puppies. He spins around. He looks aloof at times, but he's gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? So that comes with camp and better scouting. You know what I'm saying? In that and whatever franchise, I'm sure they're gonna take him and he's gonna get better footwork. They're not just gonna have him as this, right? He's gonna get better. Okay.
I think just like we were saying with the UConn guys, there really is no reason why Edey can't be at the very least a serviceable role player. You know, he can go out there and get you 6 fouls. You know, he can go. I mean, but sometimes you need that.
He's coachable.
Yeah,
right.
No.
He has a motor, right?
Yeah. And so
he should.
but that's not. You're not taking this guy. You're not taking that in the lottery. You're not taking that. You're not taking that.
That's what I understand. So you think
I'm not taking. I'm not taking Clingan.
So you think? Do you think Clingan is better than Edey?
I do. At
You
this
think
point,
Clingan is better than Edey?
I do.
Because he moves better.
Yeah.
I do. I just think. I think the skills that he has displayed so far are more skills.
I'm gonna pick Robin Lopez 3.
Over Edey, yep. Yep. If that's what you're asking, yep, I would.
That's what I want to. That's what. If you tell me one of the Euro plays that I've never seen, cool. Alex Starr, whoever, I never seen them. Cool, they're over Edey. We all see Clingan play basketball, and you think he's better than Edey.
And I feel the same way about Zach Edey. Like we've seen him play basketball.
Yeah, but even if you want to say push, he's taller. Like I would just go with that.
I don't think. I think Clingan's.
I would take it one.
Matter of fact, what you're describing Edey as is what I think Clingan is. 6 fouls. And I don't mean
And he very well might be that. He very well might be that.
And you didn't mean no disrespect. I don't either. I think Clingan to be a serviceable NBA player.
Yeah.
I agree, but I think Edey, at the very least, could be. I think Clingan that's his best. I think exactly Edey that's his least.
Oh.
I mean, like a serviceable player.
Yeah, but and see, he's gonna go a lot of. This is the creme de la creme of basketball, right? The NBA. Why waste a slot on Clingan? That part I don't understand that.
Because you gotta have 12 players on the roster.
But why is that though?
Because again, he provides a skill that you need.
Which is?
Everybody needs that. You look at the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson went down. They were
Right.
able to bring in a guy like Isaiah Hartenstein, and he's proven to be a very serviceable player. He could be Hartenstein.
Okay, that's the case, right?
He could be Hartenstein. No, you don't have that.
I just don't pick him with the top of the 1, 2, 3.
Oh no. Yeah, we agree on that.
That's
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He should. I don't think Cleveland is going to be top 5.
No, he will.
No, I think we're taking for granted some of the European players that are coming into the draft.
Well, last week all the European players were top 5. He worked his way after the championship. Now to the projected to be a top 3.
Yeah.
That's tough.
We'll see. I think this week draft. I don't really see a superstar in this draft.
You gotta
either
get
way.
someone though.
But
You don't get that.
I'll take Dillingham, Net. I'll definitely take the Net. Nah, I'm messing with the Net. I think he might be the safest pick in this entire draft. Yeah.
We had some coaches leave the college ranks or leave their teams. Coach Calipari, formerly head coach of University of Connecticut, Kentucky, excuse me.
Coach Cal? I continue. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
He's black.
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Has moved on to the University of Arkansas. Mark Pope has moved from BYU to Kentucky, and Tara Vanderveer left Stanford University.
Yes.
Okay.
How many?
38.
Wow, yeah.
And she just had the unfortunate benefit of coaching during the time of UConn in Tennessee.
How many chips?
I'm gonna say three. I'm gonna say three. I think Dawn pulled up. Yeah.
Most wins though, right?
Yeah.
Pyramid. Not for long though.
Oh yeah. It's a yeah.
Gino-
She's not even a moving target.
Gino-
Gino's coming for
Gino
that.
secret.
Gino said, "All right, she's done. I'm out."
Hey guys, hit us up on social media. Let us know what you guys think. Did you guys catch the college basketball finals for the women's and the men's? What did you think? Do you agree with our comps as far as who Caitlin Clark is and who Cardoso is, who Zach Edey and Klingon is, who Castle and Newton is? And there is no comps because I've never seen anything like that in the NBA before that. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification. Your side, yes.
Okay, good. I just want.
You wanted somebody on wax. Somebody on wax.
If you tell me who he's not, tell me who he
Big
is.
George, right?
Big George, cool. All right, we'll see.
Yeah, that worked.
On wax. Need it on wax.
Yeah.
Can I introduce you into Bobanovich?
Hey, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. And you can hit us up directly at weneedafifth@gmail.com. Fellas, we are talking about coaching and going into the NBA. Just want to bring some attention to this and get your thoughts on it. G League Coach of the Year, Lindsey Harding is being considered for the Charlotte Hornets head coaching position. Any thoughts up?
Oh, it plays for. I guess if there's any other time, Charlotte.
Wow. Nothing.
No, I mean, I guess for the women's coaching or whatever, equal rights, whatever you want to do, whatever. It's Charlotte. They suck. No,
Let it go.
it's the Charlotte Hornets. Nobody wants to coach there. It's a bad organization. So, yeah, if I was her, I wouldn't take it.
I mean, it's gonna happen at some point. We're gonna get a head coach in the NBA that's a woman. It's gonna happen at some point.
Wanted to talk a little bit about WNBA draft is coming up. I think it's this Monday coming up. Are you guys gonna be catching the WNBA draft? Are you interested in it because of Cardoso and Clark, what you said and whatnot?
I'll be honest, I'll wait for the ticket. No, you can just show me who got picked. I don't, because there's no suspense. I know who's going number one, and then the rest, I'll just see when I see it.
The first 5 picks belong to Indiana, has the number 1 pick. Los Angeles Sparks have the 2nd pick. Chicago Sky have the 3rd pick. Los Angeles Sparks again at the 4th pick. And Dallas has the 5th pick. Sparks.
No, I mean, just in general, Sparks have a chance to, rebuild the franchise on a fly, right?
Quickly.
Cardoso and
You might have a chance to get Cardoso and Brent.
It's tough when you gotta face those aces though.
Oh no! The Aces literally got it locked down. It's over. Like
But I think
Caitlin Clark, and then let me know when Liberty and Aces play.
I think Los Angeles has an opportunity to beef up their squad.
No, definitely. But they can't get the Aces.
Where's the WNBA draft being held this
Brooklyn.
year? Okay.
Interesting.
And New York, just for your guys' information, New York Liberty has the 11th pick as well.
How many teams there? 14?
Well,
This is irrelevant.
no, 14, sorry, 14.
I think the draft is, outside of the first round of the NFL draft for people that still watch, the NFL, and probably the first round of the NBA draft I don't know how many people really get too deep into,
The WNBA draft?
well, just the draft, I mean, like Major League Baseball draft, nobody is checking in on that, you know what I mean? NHL draft, nobody.
Maybe I'm lying.
Well, we
Locked in,
So we just don't want to say no one checks into the WNBA draft. That's it?
Well, I think, well, look, if you want to talk about what would come third, I think it would be the WNBA draft. I think that is going, I don't know, they're not going to have huge viewership numbers, especially compared to what the NBA and the NFL do. But I think there's going to be a lot of eyes on it.
I think after the,
Because of the
I think after the first, well, you probably want to see where Angel goes. But I say after Caitlyn, you might have people turn off the TV.
No,
Yeah.
I honestly, to push back on that, I think part of what women's college basketball, reason why it was so successful this season and bring more eyes to it is that you had more than just Caitlyn. You had, and I think that'll be true for this WNBA draft. Like, hey, you have Cardoso, you have Cameron Brink, which before, so you have other stars out there that have name brand appeal in the draft coming into the WNBA. And that's why I think it's so important for them to capitalize on the Caitlin Clark momentum and capitalize on the infusion of talent that they have coming, especially setting up for Paige and Juju to come down next year or the year after.
They need to pull a New York Knicks. They need to rig it.
Well, I think the thing is,
And make
like,
it a massive team, seriously. Like Caitlyn and Juju, Caitlyn and Paige, like shake it up in a way in which you're gonna just rig the system and make it exciting. Put two players on the team. You spread it out, do it the right way.
I mean, they've kind of done it with New York and Vegas indirectly, and then, Aaliyah Boston is at Indiana. So, yeah, but I agree. I think super teams stay in 6. I only have interest in the Liberty Knicks. That's it.
And that's the way you're gonna have to build it. Have a third. And you find a way to get a Detroit Pistons in there. And you build up New York, you build up Vegas, and maybe you try to build up LA.
I think, like I said, with the number of draft picks LA has, I think they do have a potential to put themselves in the mix. They might not.
Cardoso, Reese, and rig it next year and get Juju.
Yeah,
That's what I would do.
Don't-
Get Paige go to Indiana.
Don't whiff on Cardoso and let her go third, though.
No, get Cardoso. Get Cardoso.
No,
They-
yeah.
But then they mess up, get Reese.
Yeah, I'm saying, make sure you get Cardoso.
Oh, definitely.
That's what I'm
Definitely. I
saying.
think that-
Don't let her go third, and then you whiff.
And then the Bulls fall for LA. And get Juju and let her stay home.
Or they get
Juju
oh,
Cardoso.
you have to do that.
Hey, if you're
Yeah.
for the WNBA, right?
Yeah.
Before we get out of
Paige
here,
coming to New York.
want to talk about NBA play-in postseason. It is the postseason, Pete. It is postseason.
It's not a fan, bro.
It's
Not a fan, bro.
83rd game.
Not a
Yeah,
fan.
It's not a postseason.
Not a really-
84th.
It's the postseason.
Good job, mediocrity. We reward.
Oh, no.
You rewarded mediocrity.
LeBron shines too. You know, he was shining too. Like, and
Anybody seen Tyrese Halliburton lately? He's still in the league?
I said that. It will be when they play the Knicks in the future.
How about, right now, as we sit today in the Eastern Conference, we have Indiana Pacers at number 7, the Heat at number 8, the Chicago Bulls at number 9, and the Atlanta Hawks.
Solid.
10.
You know, you can clip him. That's why. Yeah, solid for the Knicks.
Knicks won't see Heat first round.
They can crush all of those teams.
So we will have a 10-9 matchup of Hawks versus Bulls. And a 7-8 matchup of
He's coming back.
Heat versus
They're out.
Pacers. Who we like in that a 9-10 matchup? Bulls versus Heat, Bulls versus Hawks.
To watch that, I'm gonna go. I'll play Hawks.
Yeah, because of the podcast, I watch it. I mean, I don't know if y'all want to cover it. I'm fine if we don't, because I really don't want to even watch that game. But yeah, I gotta go extra. I feel like he has, he's no all eyes on me. He plays well in those type of games.
He's LeBron. He's mortal LeBron.
And especially because this guy. So I can't go.
You don't want to go Bulls. You won't even have a choice.
Yeah,
You see what that mess they put out there?
it is terrible.
And the Rose is part of it.
He
has to stand out.
He's totally turned me off the ice. Like ice trade can't do, and I'll lose money on it.
I don't know if they can beat them without ice trade. Bulls are bad, bro.
Bulls had a good season.
Well,
The 7-8 matchup, Pacers versus Heat.
yeah, I just go. Is it that again? All these games are disgusting.
Jimmy Butler game.
I think these are all like
game.
mediocre to bad teams, but yeah. Go
Pacers what seed?
Heat over Pacers.
7.
Give me Mathurin. Give me the Pacers actually in that game. Give me the Pacers. Give me the Pacers.
Yeah, I would take the Pacers.
I think I would take the Pacers for the 7-8 game, and then the Heat beating the
Yes, yeah,
9-10 winner. So I would have the Pacers and the Heat eventually. I'll take them in the playoffs. You guys agree with that?
Yeah, right.
Boston don't get up to this year.
All right, in the West, we have the Suns at the 7th spot, the Lakers at the 8th spot, the Kings at the 9, and the Warriors at the 10. So who we like for that 10-9 matchup?
Lakers beating Suns. Lakers beating Suns. Lakers in the playoffs.
Okay.
Lakers in the playoffs. My own percent, I'm picking them to beat the Suns.
So you have them in that 7th spot off there.
Suns versus Sacramento is going to be a tough one for the 8th spot.
Oh, so you have Sacramento.
Don't give me anything about it. Warriors what?
Oh,
Warriors get drugged. They get drugged by any of those 3 teams. Drugged and carried. Drugged.
Yeah, I got the Lakers.
It's a 3-team race right here.
Lakers 7, Suns 8.
Okay.
Because Malik Monk is out for the Kings too. That hurts. It's probably the third.
So he was jumping around pretty well last night too.
Yeah, I don't understand when they on the sideline jumping around, but they can't play, but they can jump around and be a cheerleader.
I just want, because what I'm praying, what I would really love to see is the Suns win that 7-8 game.
Okay.
And the Kings win that 9-10 game.
Okay.
Because I'm dying to see Lakers Kings for that HC. I mean, because Sabonis owns AD.
I'll give you that.
Sabonis owns
give you
AD.
that.
I would really love to see what AD does in that spot, because I mean, I'm at the point with AD where I'm ready to. I'm just about ready. I'm just about ready to cancel. I'm just about ready to cancel him. Bron has been trying to pass the torch to this dude for him to carry the team now for almost 3 years.
So
it's his time.
Don't pass it, just leave. Don't pass it, leave. That's how you pass it, leave the team. But I'm not here, so you don't have a choice. They beat the Suns though. They beat the Suns.
I have
Everybody got to go and say it out though. Okay.
Yeah.
I have LA in
Light
that
work.
7th spot beating the Suns.
You got the Lakers beating the Suns.
Yeah, I had the Kings getting the 8th spot.
I mean,
Kings being
it's possible. The team's record did it all the same. That's why they're in the situation they're in. But I just think like LeBron's not. Get sent home.
No, I think he's going.
Same with Durant, and I'd say Curry's going to try his hardest, but that's just not a good team.
That 9-10 game, it would be in Sacramento. Or who's
Yeah.
the?
Is it even done?
It'd be-
So it's not done yet, right? Because they still bad.
Yeah, still got one more game.
If it was to end today, it would be in Sacramento.
I mean, they can win up there too.
Mhm. Still in Cali.
They don't want to bet. Listen, you don't want to bet against that. At all. I mean, that's fine. Right? You can definitely bet against Clay now. But he's playing well the last couple games.
All right. So, hey, hit us up on social media. Let us know what you guys think. Who do you guys have making it past the play-in games for the East and the West? Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification button so you know when the next video is coming out. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. And hit us up directly at weneedafifth@gmail.com. Fellas, what's on the radar?
My radar, what's this guy's name? Bruce Jenner. Bruce Jenner is on my radar.
Oh,
Bruce Jenner is on my radar. No, definitely rest in peace to the late great O.J. Simpson. The tweet that he sent out was crass, uncalled for. They're just classless. So make it short and sweet. You know, it's pretty much middle finger Bruce Jenner for life. There's no coming back from
Phil, what's on your radar?
NBA playoff. I think I'll play out.
it's quiet. Been watching the X-Men '97 animated series, so I'm trying to get my son into that. So that's what we're going to the Disney.
Disney.
So we're going to the comic book store.
Mess with Solo Leveling anime?
No. You gotta put me on, bro.
Put you on.
You got the number. You got the text me, brother. Let me know.
Oh, man. What's on my radar? The WNBA Draft coming up, NBA playoffs. And I also want to kind of address Ronda Rousey, yo. She's been in the press lately, and she's been, for lack of a better term, making excuses on how she lost to Holly Holm. I want to officially tell her, stop it. Stop it. She's complaining that, hey, she had a concussion before the fight.
One after two, what the heck?
Yeah,
She really good.
hey, and she had a faulty mouth guard, and she was suffering from cutting weight. That faulty mouth guard, get a new one. You were rich enough to I'm sure they would have given you a new one. If you had a concussion before the fight, you could have asked somebody to push the fight back. You chose to get in the ring and fight. And whatchamacallit, I don't want you to claim greatness when you're making these excuses about how you lost. And not only did you lose to Holly Holm, but you lost to Amanda Nunes. And neither one of these ladies got a call from you to ask for a rematch. That is part of the reason why people look down on your losses, because you talked a good game like a professional WWE heel. You talked a good game, talk that talk. But when it came to walk that walk, you fell short. You got knocked out before you hit the finish line. Accept it, move on, and keep it moving. I don't want to hear about you having excuses and that these ladies didn't really beat you and that you're somehow still the greatest female fighter in MMA. That's not applicable to you. Stop it.
Shout out UFC 300 today too.
Who's right?
Poetai versus Jamal Hill.
Nobody else.
Who do you know?
I know.
Yeah,
Airbender.
No, stop it. It's not been there for a while. Airbender's a movie. It's not been there.
I'll let you know.
Shout out
John Jones, Bones Jones.
Nah, Bones Jones not fighting. Got Cody Garbrandt. Full ticket.
Okay.
Banging ticket. Something to watch.
I still prefer the beautiful.
He does. Wow.
I prefer the beautiful.
Mayweather versus Rousey. Jack it up when he's fighting.
Yeah. She had the nerve to try to say that she could have beat him. Yeah, stop. All right, folks. We out of here. To our fans.
Coming in now. A lot of his shows is coming next year, boy. Don't let Edey get picked up, bro. I'm telling you, don't let Edey get picked.
Alex Lynn.
You want? Oh, that's a bad though.
Alex Lynn.
Who?
Too late, too late, right?
We got the audio. I know we got the visual.
People wanted more wax. People like, yo, get on wax.